If you're currently serving or if you plan to leave the military soon, the rulebook on your freedom just got rewritten. The government is changing how long they can call you back, and we aren't talking about a small extension, we're talking about keeping you on the hook for another decade. The Armed Forces Bill introduced to Parliament on January 15th raises the Strategic Reserve age limit from 55 all the way to 65. That applies to the pool of ex-regulars who retain liability after discharge. But the age isn't even the biggest shift, it's the trigger. Currently you can only be mobilised for a national danger, great emergency or an attack on the UK. The new threshold? Warlike Preparations. This lowers the bar significantly. It allows the MOD to call you up before the shooting starts, not just after. We're talking about roughly 95,000 people in the Strategic Reserve. To put that in perspective, the entire full-time regular army is currently hovering around 73,000 troops. This reserve pool is effectively larger than the active army itself, sitting in the background waiting for the call. Historically, the Army and RAF kept you liable for 18 years or until age 55. The Navy and the Royal Marines let you off the hook after just 6 years. This bill scraps that difference. It extends the Navy and the Marine liability to 18 years to align with the other services. So if you're a Royal Marine who thought you were clear after 6 years, the goalpost just moved. This comes into effect in spring 2027. Now here's the most important part for those watching who have already left. This is not automatically retrospective. Because the MOD knows their contact records for old vets are patchy, they're making this voluntary for existing veterans. However, for those serving now, who discharge after 2027, this will likely be your new reality. Why the sudden change? 2 words, Russia and Ukraine. The MOD explicitly cited Ukraine's total society defense as the model. Armed Forces Minister Al Khans has stated that victory now depends on the rapid mobilization of everyone, industry, economy and reserves. With the regular army at its smallest size since the Napoleonic era, the government is scrambling to expand their available manpower without the massive cost of recruiting more full-time soldiers. You served, you left, but the government wants to ensure that if warlike preparations begin, they have access to your experience until you're 65. Whether you see that as a necessary step for national survival or a dad's army desperation move is up to you, but the contract is changing and you need to know what you're signing up for. I've linked the full details from the Armed Forces Bill below. If you're still in, check your liability. Thanks for watching.